All right, 110 build going down. I have not touched this 110 in probably over a year. From last winter, it still has the studs in it from when I took it on the pond. Tear down, put back together, start to finish. We got some goodies for it. I got an exhaust, we got some parts, some CGR. We're gonna get this thing tuned, and we're gonna squeeze a little more power out of this thing. So many builds going on right now. CR250 is torn apart. KX is torn apart. We got the CR over here. If you're new, subscribe so you can see the other builds going down, finished up. And on that, let's dive into this thing, get it all torn down. All right, I got everything taken apart. Wheels, those tires were a pain to take off. I forgot how much I hate doing pit bike tires. I'm just spraying everything in one to make my life a lot easier, and then eventually I'll build custom wheels. I took everything apart so I can put it back together pretty easy without having to unplug everything and have other stuff laying around. All right, so I got everything back from powder. Shout out to Liam. I'll leave everything linked below to him if you want to get stuff powder coated. If you're in the upstate New York area, put these tires inside to heat up. Those aren't gonna be fun to put on. And over here we got some mods thanks to CJR. I'll leave their link below if you want to mod your 110. We have a new ECU. We have the upgraded bigger throttle body. This thing should have a little bit more power. I'm gonna start with the throttle body, get that taken off. Now that I have more room, I'll get moving along and get this thing put back together. All right, once again, quickly, I want to thank Onyx Off-Road for sponsoring this video. So basically, when you're using the Onyx Off-Road app, you can move around on the map, and every little pinpoint represents new trails near you. I live in New York, for example. Move around on the map. The little blue points on the map represent new trails by me. There's tons of new trails near me that I've never even heard before, and I'm sure there's a ton of trails near you that you've probably never seen or heard of that people don't even know about. Onyx Off-Road is really cool for anybody that does dirt bikes like me, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, Jeeps, anything off-road. I would highly recommend downloading this app. Also allows you to see property lines so you can see your own property lines or other people's property lines so you know if you're riding on somebody else's property. Onyx Off-Road has thousands of new trails on the map. Once you click on an actual trail, it gives you a full description on what you can expect to get into, a full pictures and sometimes videos from people that have been there so you can plan out your trip and get prepared. Say you're doing a road trip and you want to hit 10 different spots, 10 different trails on the way. This is the best way to do it to find new places. I personally used it the last couple of months. It's the easiest platform, the easiest app to navigate. If you want to find new trails to ride this summer, download the Onyx Off-Road app. All the information is down below in the description. Right now, go download Onyx Off-Road. You can use their 7-day free trial, and once you finally realize that you need to have this app, you can get 20% off by using my code on the screen. All the information is down below in the description. Thank you to Onyx Off-Road, as always, for sponsoring this video, and we'll get back into building my 110 up. Like that, months later, I got my 110 finished up. There's a couple little things that I still maybe want to do, like coat this black, but I had it leaned over for a while so I didn't drain the oil coating this. I decided once I got everything put on there, it just looks right having that black. Maybe some red anodized parts to break up some of this black back here and tie in with some of the red in the pipe. But besides that, I'm stoked on how it came out. Somehow got these graphics figured out, custom cut. It's just some thin vinyl, that way I can tie it all together and I didn't have to wait on graphics. This side's a little bit different than the right side. Regardless, I think it came out pretty cool. I'm just gonna do a front number plate, no graphics on the side, just keep it kind of OEM. I'm gonna run it. Probably not gonna ride it a ton since I ride my Sur most of the time. I'm pumped to have this thing finally dialed in for when I do wanna ride it. It's ready to go. Warm this thing up, give you a couple revs. It sounds really cool. Now that it revs out super high and it has a different limiter. I think I still have to fine tune it on my phone to get it to idle a little bit better and kind of tweak a couple things. Once the brakes come off of these things, they never go on the same. This is kind of jacked up. I couldn't get it to align properly on the brake. If you know how to dial these brakes in, let me know. These brakes are never the same once you tear it apart. Behind the scenes, I've been building the whole pit bike track. So next video, first ride in this thing, feel the full build on the track and testing this thing out. Show you guys how this thing sounds. Just gotta warm up. It's pretty cold still here in New York. Thing is so loud. Sounds cool though. To rev out so long to hit the limiter now. I know I can tune it on my phone on the app to like shorten it up if I want it to not rev out as high, rev like half the amount. Like I said, I should be able to do it all from my phone. I'm downloading the A-Racer X-Tune app. Pretty much adjust everything on the bike now, from RPM limit, idle RPM, to speed gain, launch control, traction control, quick shift. So with the CGR kit, pretty much comes ready to go, which I'll also leave link below if you're trying to mod your 110. As always, on every build, think of Traction MX for hooking it up and getting me dialed in, setting this thing off with all the white, and then T-Bolt USA for all the extra parts for the pipe, all the BBR stuff. If you need any pit bike parts or are doing a build, T-Bolt USA is the place to go. All the links for everybody will be down below in the description if you want to do a similar build. And per usual, what would be a build without some problems and it not going back together smooth? I went to go put it into gear to ride it around. Give you guys a little teaser before the first ride and it won't go into gear. I tried to adjust this. Obviously I loosened this up, tried to loosen the flathead part and it won't move. So it's like I got to take the cover back off, lean this thing over. Sure, it's just off a little bit for adjustment and it won't allow it to release to click into first. Hopefully it's something easy and I can take advantage of this nice day. Subscribe if you're new if you want to see the first ride. But back to work, trying to get this thing dialed in so it'll actually move.